Tuesday's Champions League playoff results are in, and yes, I think Real Madrid got over the line against Benfica with that 1-0 win. An excellent goal from Vinicius Jr. Now, should I talk about the drama in that match? I don't think I have the energy for it because it was absolutely unnecessary, and it was even more disappointing that that long period of no footballing action was due to one player, just acting funny towards another player. It's really, really disappointing, as I said. And you would think that in this day and time, in this, social media world where everything seems to be blown out of proportion, especially when it comes to football and emotions and results and all that, you still get such situations happening in football. It's ridiculous, but you know what, I'm just going to talk about the results and just get over it. Anyway, as I said earlier, Real Madrid were able to get over the line against Benfica. It was a 1-0 win for them, and they take a win back to Bernabeu, where they are going to be hosting Benfica, I think next week, Wednesday or so. But the truth is that game had everything in it, right? It had the emotions, it had the football, it had the defending, it had everything. And I think the referee did a very, very good job trying to just balance the game, because sometimes if you're not an experienced referee, you tend to get carried away by the emotions, right? And sometimes you just make the wrong calls. But the referee was consistent. I must say that it was consistent. He tried as much as possible not to be, he tried not to tilt to one side than the other, and obviously that was what I think made sure that that game was played out till the end. But I must say that fans should learn to just relax. I understand that after that goal, a lot of emotions were heightened, especially from the Benfica fans, even the players. We saw the emotions. They were just, I didn't think they expected that goal. I don't think they expected that goal at all. And yeah, it came. And respective of whatever it is, I don't think it should ever get to the point where fans are throwing bottles, throwing this, throwing that at a player. And Vinicius Jr. has been one player that has been on the end of these sort of situations, getting, called all sorts of names just because he's black and probably is, Brazilian. Even when it doesn't seem like he's playing, he's always in the news for one thing or the other. So it's ridiculous. And I feel like the match was mad with all this sort of situation. But regardless of whatever it is, Real Madrid ensured that they got that important win, back to Bernabeu, and then hopefully they are able to complete the job when they get back. But should I say that Mbappe has to do better with his chances? He had a lot of chances. There was particularly one, I think, in the first half where it was probably him, the goalkeeper, and the net, and somehow it just fluffed to that. He had a lot of chances and he didn't take them, and which is unlike him, because right now I think he's the highest goal scorer in the Champions League, and I thought he would want to increase that tally. But that's football. There are just some times where you try and it doesn't work for you. So unfortunately, yes, he wasn't able to get a goal, but they got the win, and that is all that matters. That is what they take back to Bernabeu, and hopefully in the next in the second leg they are able to finish off the game. Now to Monaco's and Paris Saint-Germain's game. The game ended with the defending champions Paris Saint-Germain getting a 3-2 with Desiree Doué scoring 2 goals in that one. And obviously them getting that 3 points was more like Monaco being reduced to 10 men for them to even have a chance, because I must say that that was an exciting game, end to end from both sides. And you can tell that Monaco was really ready for that game. They didn't leave it to just, oh yes, we are playing the defending champions and we just have to defend and defend and defend. That was not the case. They gave Paris Saint-Germain a lot of work to do defensively. And yeah, it showed. And I think that that is one of the problems that Paris Saint-Germain has had this season, especially the fact that Cavalier, who is the goalkeeper, is coming in, and I feel like he's still struggling to, get used to the league and get used to the team. But So far I wouldn't say he has done a bad job, right? He hasn't. So the fact that they're able to take that 3 points back to Pack the Prince, and hopefully they're able to get the job done there, it's an advantage, but they have to do better. I did say in their last game in the league phase against Newcastle, they really struggled in that game, and you saw it again today. Now Dembele also was sent, I think he was sent off in the game. Yes, he was sent off. Vitinha also missed the penalty. It was just a lot in that game, but then again, when you look at this team, I still feel like they're the team that you have to look out for, especially in the Champions League. So you really cannot underestimate them. And we saw them do it last season, right? From the playoffs, getting to the final and winning the tournament for the first time, they can do it again. So you really never can underestimate what they can do. But yeah, Borussia Dortmund were able to get a 2-0 win against Atalanta. Now, I did expect the game to be very close, but I felt that Borussia Dortmund were going to want to take the advantage that they were playing at home in the first leg, and which was exactly what happened. I thought it was going to end in a draw, but it seemed like Borussia Dortmund had put aside their bad run of games, especially in the league phase, and it seemed like they want to play in that round of 16. So this 2-0 win for them is a huge advantage, because they are obviously going to be going to Bergamo for the second leg, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. So the 2-0 win for them is a huge advantage. Probably they just need to maybe get one more goal in the second leg and then try to defend very well. They didn't concede a goal, so it's really good for them. But Guirassy scoring a goal in that one, scoring one of the goals. It's good to see that he's scoring again, because I feel like he has been off a little bit recently, not scoring as much. But and I think he has actually done well in the Champions League, scoring for them. I would say it's probably one of the reasons why they're even in the playoffs, because the goals he scored for them, they were really good goals, and probably that even helped them to even get to the playoffs. So definitely him scoring again for them tonight, it's a very good one. And then the one I would say is the big match, not big, but the more exciting was Galatasaray beating Juventus, who were down to 10 men 5-2. Now before Galatasaray got their third goal, it was 2-2, and they were both complete 11 against 11. But the moment Juventus were down to 10 men, it was all Galatasaray. Osimhen was a threat in the 18-yard box. It was everything. I think he had probably 2 assists or so. But yes, it gave the defense a huge problem, and they just couldn't defend against him. And the fact that they even struggled while they were down to 10 men, you could just tell. And I think this particular tie between both of them is already done, because I'm not even sure if Juventus can score about maybe 3 goals in the set, or 4, because they have to now score 4 goals to have any chance of qualifying to the round of 16. So it's going to be really difficult. But yeah, Osimhen had 2 assists, and unfortunately he couldn't get a goal. I feel like he gave a really good, solid performance. And yeah, I think it's a good one that Galatasaray has done it. And I've always said it, when you travel to Turkey to play the Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, whichever it is always a tough game, because that stadium will be roaring in your ears. So I feel like Juventus just couldn't handle that sort of pressure, and unfortunately they lost the game. But they still have the second leg. Anything can still happen, but scoring 4 goals, is going to be a tough task. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Tuesday's games in the Champions League playoff games, and share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to also like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You guys are amazing. Thank you for always sticking with me, and please keep sharing the platform to your friends, colleagues, family members, enemies, anyone. Keep sharing, okay? Thank you, guys. Also, don't forget to put on your post notification button to get our latest video as they drop. Ensure to follow us on all our social media platforms at _official FSH. Anyways, guys, when these games are just around the corner, you can also share in the comment section your prediction of the result in in the other 4 games that will be played on Wednesday. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye bye.